There's a haunted house locked away in my skull, and if the ghosts get out,
well, we're here with Snake Eats Boy. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. One reason we're here is because of Audiotrope. You did a session recently, and you did one of the live sessions, didn't you? You sort of streamed it to your own, you know, your makeshift banner at the back, which is very good. And one thing I must say, I did love the fake crowd noise in between every song.
Did that in the living room of mine and my housemate's place, and it was genuinely spur of the moment.
Yeah.
And we made the banner, we put it up, and we took one look at the surrounding. We've got some quirky furniture in the house, and we were just like.
So how was it doing something like that? It's
By the
first
seat
time
of our pants, normal.
Yeah. But it must be the first time you've done any sort of gigging for quite some time now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I took quite a bit of time off music.
Yeah.
I've been doing it my whole life, so I'm quite used to just doing 1 or 2 gigs a year. But that was a very different experience. Yeah.
Was it something that's good to do? Because obviously it's one of the only things that's been around this year.
I think it's the most attended gig I've ever done. Especially when people can turn up late and still catch it from the beginning.
Yeah, and watch it again, I suppose, afterwards.
It's bizarre because I think as a performer you feed off the atmosphere in the room, and the atmosphere in my room was someone sat behind a camera trying not to laugh, and someone in the kitchen also trying not to laugh. So after a while I was just trying not to laugh.
So how was it without an audience? And to bring up that point, I mean, there isn't that interaction. Was it hard to sort of motivate yourself, or just you're quite happy just to go out there and do that?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being totally honest, I think for any performer in any right, it sucks, man. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it was fun to do. It was fun to do something different, but to play music to no one in a live situation without anybody there it's a strange thing. It's like doing all the things you love, but you realise that it's like if you're in a relationship with someone and you do all these things that you love after you've broken up, it just doesn't feel like you don't love them anymore. You don't love it anymore. Yeah. It's a strange thing, and I hate to be like morose about it, but playing live is what gives musicians their life. It's their energy. So I've just thrown myself into recording. I think I've discovered the process of recording much different. I set myself up a little thing at home to record some demos and something I've never really done. I've never really been that introverted about music. I've always been more kind of like, I've got a song, who can help me record it?
Yeah. So was that a reaction to sort of COVID and lockdowns and things like that? Did that bring a change in the way you approach
totally.
music?
I mean, not at the very beginning. I think lockdown put a strain on a lot of things, on a lot of people in areas of their lives, and I think there was a particular incident that I won't go into, but it led to me just wanting to lock myself away and rediscover who I was with music and where I could be with it now. So I've been with it in such a different way before, and only flirted with what Snake Eats Boy is now throughout my life, but only in small doses.
So how long's the Snake Eats Boy idea project been going now?
Snake Eats Boy has been a pseudonym I've used since I was 14. I won't tell you how old I am now, but it's definitely over half.
So is there a story behind why Snake Eats Boy? Frightened at a zoo or something?
No, there was a YouTube video of this kid who had a pet snake, and it genuinely, the title of the video is Snake Eats Boy.
Right.
And right at the end, you just see the snake come over and. I mean, it's obviously CGI. But back then, I
was just wondering.
Or like 200 pixels, you just kind of think, that's funny. And I just kept seeing the name, and I needed a pseudonym for a little acoustic show that I was doing back then in Tunbridge Wells.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just, wow, Snake Eats Boy, there you go. That was it. And I just resurrected it because I'm lazy.
So how would you describe your music for sort of an alien walking in or something? How would you describe what you play, the sort of music, as Snake Eats Boy that you play?
To an alien walking in
What?
that has no knowledge
Just an
no
example.
knowledge of the history of music. This is what everyone listens to. This is honest, but you don't know what about. It's melancholy, but there's always hopefulness to it, I guess. It's therapy. It's therapy for me. So, however anyone else wants to hear that, but I think if you wanted to go for people I sounded like or something like that, I take a lot of influence from. Well, I hate it because I think these people are great. So when people tell me, "Oh, you sound like this person," you sound like this person, you're just sort of like, really? I wish I did. And if you think I did, that's great. I mean, but people have said it sounds a bit like Elliott Smith or Will Oldham or Mark Lineker and stuff like that. So but I love like late 60s, early 70s music, so there'll always be something in there.
So where did you get into that? Was that like parents' music? Did you hear music first exposed to it through them, or did you find it some other way?
No, I mean my dad's always shown me music, but that's more to do with the 60s and stuff. That's what he loves. So.
But it must have had some sort of influence on you, by the sounds of it.
Oh yeah, it's totally. I did music to impress my dad. Before that, I wanted to be a pro wrestler. So.
That's a bit of a career change.
I still want to be a pro wrestler.
I'm not sure how we can combine these dual careers somehow.
No, it's cool. I've accepted my fate. So yeah, I did it to impress my dad, and then it became sort of something. It became like a necessity. So.
Yeah. So what sort of things were you listening to with him?
I mean, my dad was in a Beatles cover band.
Oh, really?
So obviously the Beatles. I mean, I think it's stupid to say in this day and age. I don't think people can quote the Beatles as an influence anymore. I think that's just if you like anything, you like the Beatles. And if you say you don't like the Beatles and then give an influence and then say, but I like this band, and go, well then you probably like the Beatles. You're just lying.
So you said about writing, and so you write songs for yourself, as you say, almost like a form of therapy. Are they always meant to be heard? Do you write them as if they're going to be heard by other people, or do you write them for yourself? Does that make sense? Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. There are definitely songs no one's ever going to hear.
Yeah.
But then also, I hate reading into people's lyrics. I hate reading into things. I like being clever with words. I love the English language. And I think in lots of ways modern music has total disregard for the English language.
So what's coming up for Snake Eats Boy? You know, hopefully we're going to come out of this this pandemic next year.
It's weird because I sit here as Snake Eats Boy in this pseudonym that I've had but Snake Eats Boy is way more than just me now. I just come in with the song and then everything else is the people around me. So we have been working on stuff. There's going to be an EP and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, applying for some funding to make the EP into a visual arts.
Oh, brilliant.
EP. And then obviously other musical endeavours that I'm part of.
Yeah, I was going to come on to them in a minute, but at the moment you can find your music on Bandcamp, I believe.
You can find Snake Eats Boy's previous single, Early Mornings, is on, here comes the plug, all your streaming services. That was released via Straight Lines of Fine Records, and then on Bandcamp as well, because as we've all learned recently after Spotify's Wrapped, unless you've got a massive label that pays you money anyway, you're probably not going to be making money off of streaming. So if you could and you like it, have a listen on Spotify or whatever streaming service you have, but please visit Bandcamps.
Anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to plug while we're here? You've got the opportunity.
I want to plug Hastings. the bands that you might not know are from Hastings. Look out for Bastard Artists Volume 1.
That's another one of your little projects, are you telling me? The cassette
I just know that something's coming where a mixtape will be available for people. There's just championing the not so heard of band from Hastings.
And there are
your
so
Mystic
many bands.
Sheds, your Hot Wax, your Illinois Verses. Yeah.
There's a lot of them, isn't there? It's a pretty special town, isn't it, for the diversity
it's
of
the
music.
best town in the UK. I'd put it out there.
What do you think, that's the question I've got here, but I'm glad you said it. What do you think makes Hastings different to other towns? You say you played in Tunbridge Wells.
Hastings has people that run things like Audiotrope. They have Tina's, they have Kevin Van Bergen's, they have Camila's and Alice's, and they have everyone trying to put it on the map. They have the Capici Boys who sing its praises, and they're doing really well. It has the people that want to make it special, and they do. I think it's just always kind of overshadowed by its big brother, sister, neighbour of Brighton, and it's London, and so.
Good. Yeah, no, well, I agree. Thank you very much. They keep Thank you.
Shout, the boots are stuck to the chase when I find myself lost in this malicious maze, gasping for